a neo-Nazi who named his baby after Adolf Hitler, jailed for terror group membership. So today, we're going to look at this story and many other stories on why you would name your child, or what's wrong with you to be able to name your child after someone who committed grave acts of mass genocide, war crimes, bribery, corruption, statehood terrorism. We're going to have a look back at one of my favourite times in history, as well as looking at today. We're going to look back on World War II and Adolf Hitler.
Podcasts brought to you by Real Terrio Radio. Around the world today here on Real Terrio Radio.
Hello and welcome to Around the World Today, here on Real Terrio Radio Podcasts with me, Terry Davis. So, as I said in the intro, I just put a story up online about a neo-Nazi who named his baby after Hitler has been jailed for membership of a terrorist group. I'm sorry, but firstly, why on God's earth would someone name their child after a lunatic, a madman dictator? Do you know what I mean? Because he admired Adolf Hitler. I'm sorry, but... And this guy is from the United Kingdom. It just seems to be crazy. Who in their right mind as a woman, as the mother of the child, allow the father to go out and name the child Adolf Hitler? I'm sorry, but it's just wrong. So, the story is Adam Thomas, 22, and Claudia Parates, 38, from Banbury in Oxfordshire. He's already a toy boy here. Were found guilty of being members of the National Action, an extreme right-wing group banned in 2016 by UK government. Good! Thomas was jailed for 6 years and 6 months, and the other woman, Patorius, was for 5 years. Jurors at Birmingham Crown Court, very good court, had heard how Thomas, a former Amazon security guard, and Paredes, a wedding photographer, gave their child the middle name Adolf. I'm sorry, but there's a photo of the three of them and the baby, but the baby's picture's covered because the baby, is going to be put into care for 6 years and really doesn't need to be reminded of their Nazi parents. However, with a swastika flag. Thomas, who even had a swastika scattered cushions at his home, said that the name was given in admiration of the German dictator. So this is the same German dictator that, orchestrated an invasion of Poland to start World War II, then continued going into France, then tried to invade the UK, but really didn't the only part he got in the UK was the Channel Islands. Then most of Europe. So I'm sorry. Then he made his biggest mistake and turned his back and went to Russia. His logistical nightmare he had. It wasn't really good. And meanwhile, all they were concentrating on as a government was the mass genocide of the Jewish, the disabled, gays, lesbians, or anyone who did not meet the Nazi criteria of what a citizen should be. Doesn't it make you think that it's glad that we're not living in those kind of days today? However, photos of taken from the couple's home showed that Thomas holding his son while wearing the hood of a white robe of the Ku Klux Klan. Oh, for heaven's sake. Surely we, as a country, surely we have ways of, I don't know, possibly maybe, finding these people. The court also heard how Porteous, who moved to the UK from Portugal, told another National Action member, I'm sorry, but these aren't the views of Real Terrier or the views of myself. This woman said that all Jews must be put to death. I'm very sorry, but what I'm going to say now isn't racist in any way, but being Jewish isn't a race. Being Christian isn't a race. Being Muslim isn't a race. Do you know what I mean? They are religions. You are a part of the human race. I don't care what religion you are, what colour you are. You are part of the human race. Now, this idiot, and we're going to call him an idiot now because I'm getting very angry with his name. This idiot, Neanderthal, criminal, whatever you want to put, please insert your own name. Okay, so they were told that all Jewish people should be put to death. Really good idea, not. Thomas once told his partner that he found all non-whites irritorable. The couple, who also wanted to bring back concentration camps, were found guilty after a 7-week trial. 7 weeks for this! All at the taxpayers' expense, probably, because they probably no longer have jobs or anything like that, so the taxpayer were picking up for their defence too! The couple, also a close friend of the couple, Darren Fletcher, was jailed for 5 years after admitting the National Action Group membership before the trial. Thomas, who was rejected by the army twice, was convicted on a majority verdict of having a terrorist manual. Jurors heard the book, The Architect's Cookbook, contained instructions on making bombs. Sentencing Thomas Porteous, Judge Melbourne Ingram QC, said that both had a long history of violent racist beliefs and described National Action Group as a group with horrific aims. Aims and objectives are to overthrow democracy in this country by serious violence and murder and the imprisonment of a Nazi-style state which would eradicate the whole sections of society by such violence as mass murder, he said. Prosecutor said that Fletcher had taught his daughter to give a Nazi salute. So we've heard about a dog being taught about it, but now this guy is teaching his daughter that he sent a message to Porteous saying finally got her to do it. In all, 6 people were arrested on Tuesday for being members of National Action, including the Midlands chapter's banker and security enforcer. not very good, is he, as a security enforcer if he was caught by the police? Makes you wonder where these people were in school. I'm sorry, but I took history in school in year 10 and 11, and basically we were taught about World War II, about Nazism, you know, and I've read up about it because I love history. And me and Terry Begley, who does the late shows with me, know we always talk about history when we talk to stuff, and like, because I watch loads of documentaries, and I can honestly say that these people either have a screw loose and shouldn't be going to prison and should be going to a mental asylum, or, sorry, not mental asylum, here in the UK we don't call them that anymore. I believe we call them secure hospitals, or should be going, or actually number 2 is that, yeah, they should be going to jail, but they should be going to jail for longer than 6 years and 5 years respectively. However, they will have time to think about their actions and to be re-educated as well. At the end of the day, after World War II, after the fall of the Nazi state and the Nazis, the entirety of Germany had to be re-educated. It had to be denazified. So why can't we put the same kind of principles into these people's prison time? Because we really don't want them radicalising others in our prison system. So why not group them all together in a prison and denazify them, so to speak? It could work. It might be better to keep them all in one place anyway. However, this is, I don't know, it's just quite shocking to me. He's 22 years old. So still young. In the eyes of most of the world, he only became an adult last year when he was 21. They got a kid, and she's 38. I bet you she was the ringleader. And to wear a Ku Klux Klan, and to live in somewhere like Birmingham. I've lived in Birmingham, right, in the West Midlands, and it's a lovely place. Very multicultural, you know, open to society. To be like this is just wrong. We live in 2018. We're about to go into 2019. You know, 100 years since the First World War. It's bad. Adolf Hitler was a bad man. What he did was... yes, it's incredible, because if you tried it today, you know, Trump gets called out for being like Hitler, but people can... I don't know, why don't people read history and look at stuff that's happened before seems to be repeating themselves, and I don't know why. But it's not repeating itself as it did before, it's repeating itself something differently. You know? However, it's doing it out of sequence too. But people in America are blaming Trump, saying he's like this. I've never to this day seen a picture of Donald Trump in a Ku Klux Klan outfit naming his son Adolf Hitler Trump. Do you know what I mean? Now this guy, the one who named his son Adolf, you know, middle name Adolf, out of, what is it, admiration of Adolf Hitler, the man who killed, wait, let me get this up. The Holocaust. So, don't know if this only counts, how this is defined by numbers. Here we go. So, he killed around 6 million Jewish people. Okay. And 17 million victims were killed by this man between 1941 and 1945. However, it can be argued that it started in 1933 because you had the Night of the Long Knives. Now, he killed disabled people, gays, lesbians, people who didn't match his ideology, politicians from back, other stuff, Jehovah's Witnesses, people of colour,